Assalamu alaikum. Doing something a little bit different this evening due to current events and treachery, hypocrisy. What's been going on since this supposed peace treaty really is disturbing. And so what we are asked to do is to ask Allah to guide us and look back on the seerah of the Prophet Muhammad, because he faced three evil, shall I say the J word that I say I'll never say? The J word, we all know what it means, but I like to say the way word, the Yahud, those who know well and rejected Prophet Muhammad. They knew his message and they not only rejected it, they tried to harm him, kill him, and prevent others from following him. So that's a brief summary intro to what I had planned that I will do with you this evening, and perhaps again tomorrow evening. We have two battles here that are historic battles in the time of the Prophet Muhammad's trials and tribulations from the Yahud. And we're going to do them in order. The first one we're going to talk about this evening is the Battle of the Trench. In Arabic, Ghazwat Khandaq. Khandaq means a trench. And I'm going to read it all in English because there are references to this in different surah in the Quran. But I want you to understand exactly what we're talking about here and why I chose this. We can draw analogies from the treachery that was constantly thrust upon Prophet Muhammad and the Muslims from these wayward enemy tribes. There were three of them: the Banu Qurayza, the Bani Nadir, and the Banu Khandaq. These three tribes existed in Mecca, and they were totally out to get Prophet Muhammad and all the Muslims. So I want to read, I'm actually reading from a website, the main points of what happened in this Battle of Khandaq. And then we will do after that, it's only a year apart. So the Battle of the Khandaq occurred in 627 of the Christian era. It just makes it easier for us to gauge. And then you can look all of this up. You can get it on Wikipedia. You can get it anywhere. And the next one we'll do was actually a year later, immediately after. And this was called Khaybar. So let's begin now with the first one, the Battle of the Khandaq. And I will be reading to you main points and the general story about what Prophet Muhammad and the Sahaba had to go through from these evil-doing, hypocritical, lying, cheating, covenant-breaking people. The Battle of Khandaq, in English, trench, was a month-long defense by Muslims in Medina against an alliance of over 10,000 Meccan and allied tribes. The Muslims outnumbered dug a trench to protect the city, a new tactic in Arabia. After a lengthy, frustrating siege, a harsh storm, low supplies, and internal mistrust forced the alliance to retreat, leading to a Muslim victory and a significant shift in power in the Arabian Peninsula. Key events of this battle: the trench. To counter a large attacking force, the Muslims, on the advice of Salman al-Farisi, remember he was the convert that came from Fars, Iran, Persia, and he had the brilliant idea to dig this trench. The Muslims dug a large trench around the vulnerable northern side of Medina. The digging was difficult and exhausting for the Muslims. The siege. The Allied army, unfamiliar with trench warfare, was unable to cross and began a siege that lasted for weeks. Enemy attempts to cross. A small group of enemy horsemen managed to cross the trench, but they were defeated by Muslim soldiers led by Ali in a fierce battle. Radiallahu anhu. Betrayal. A Jewish tribe in Medina, the Banu Qurayza, broke their peace treaty. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Broke their peace treaty and conspired with the attackers, but their plans were thwarted. End of the siege. After a month, bad weather and the resulting hardship caused the enemy to retreat, and the Muslims emerged victorious with only a few casualties. Outcome. The battle was a strategic and psychological victory for the Muslims, who were able to defend their city with a smaller force through innovative tactics and unity. It marked the end of a large-scale, unified attacks against Medina and the rise of Islam as a dominant force in the region. So that is basically the general story of Ghazwat al-Khandaq. Now, this is a site that I have found that is beautiful. It's called Ar-Rahiq, and it's giving you a lot of information regarding this particular battle. Not only does it do that one, but it also does the next one. And so we're going to jump up just one more year to the year 628. And this is called the Battle of Khaybar. Once again, a Jewish tribe called the Banu Nadir were expelled from Medina and used their Khaybar estates, where they were living and they were quite wealthy, to prepare for war. Now, we are going to get more information about that one in 1 second. Hold on.